So the biggest surprise for me when I first started was actually how fast my business grew to the level that I had set as a goal. In fact, that was pretty much after the first month. I was only a few $100s shy of my initial revenue targets. And then from there onwards, it's been consistently hitting those numbers, if not a lot more. So the Jim's Mowing brand is well known in New Zealand, and we're constantly getting leads through the call centre for new work. And in fact, it's been really surprising. This has been my first winter, and I was just saying to Daryl, my franchisor, the other week that I've been really surprised how many new leads have still been coming through in the quiet season. And I think when I compare that to the alternative of going out on my own and just being a man with a trailer and a lawn mowing sign on the side of it, or trying to invest some money in creating a website and a brand and everything else, it's a bit of a no-brainer at the end of the day. Overall, the biggest reward that I've had is being able to get the lifestyle that I've been after, spend more time pursuing my own hobbies and interests outside of work, whilst still being able to invest into my relationship and have a bit of downtime as well. So a typical day for me is anywhere between 4 and 6 hours. Often start work either side of 9 o'clock. And try and finish sort of early afternoon. So in a week I can do anywhere between 20 and 30 hours, and I usually spread that over 5 days, 5 easy days instead of 3 or 4 full days, but I never really work a weekend. Before I started with gyms, I had a few concerns, or when I was doing the investigation of what it was going to be like in mowing. The biggest one was the earning potential, making sure that I'd be able to earn enough money in the amount of hours that I wanted to work to put food on the table and pay the bills. And I also had some concerns around my territory. I had a strategic territory that I wanted, and also around how leads were handled through the franchise system, because I felt that was one of the biggest or most important benefits that I could have in my decision to go with a franchise company versus going out by myself. So it didn't take long, with a little bit of investigation and talking to a few other franchisees, to find out that in fact there was some decent money to be made. You certainly had to work for it, but also my concerns around territories and lead management within gyms were answered really quickly, and to this day I found it to be true to their word. With regards to the price of buying a gym's franchise, a territory, or a set of customers or whatever, it is a commitment, and you have to be confident that you're making this next step to go into business for a period of time, a committed period of time. But it's so easily written off by the fact that you get all the support. You've got the instant brand, you've got recurring leads that you don't have to worry about, you don't have to go out and find. And it gives you the confidence and the ability to make sure that the customers you do have are the ones that you actually want. Or I'm not afraid to fire a customer if they don't pick up their dog poo or don't pay their bills on time. I know I don't have to put up with that as a business owner, because I know that there's always going to be new ones coming in, which is really reassuring. Why mowing? It's a question that I still ask myself a little bit. My wife had brought it up a few times as a possibility. She's a podiatrist, and she says that toenails don't stop growing and neither do lawns. Although there are robotic lawnmowers out there starting to make their way in the market, in theory you'll never be out of a job. I wanted something that would keep me reasonably fit and being working outside, and coming from a few more recent jobs of being in an office or in a physical workplace environment, just wanted the ability to look after myself and only really worry about myself. Daryl comes across as the kind of guy that never gets really too overwhelmed by anything, which is a new franchisee starting out is actually really reassuring. My relationship with Daryl is one where I always know he's at the end of the phone if I need him. Especially when I was starting out, I would often call him with questions around different types of equipment, or how to handle certain customer situations, or just about a particular task or job that I was asked to do by a customer if I didn't have the experience in it. So he was always a good sounding board. I always feel like he's actually got my best interests at heart and wants me to succeed and do well, which once again, that's really reassuring for my position as a franchisee. So anyone that's looking to start a lawn mowing business, I would say do your homework. Ask as many questions as you can. I found the Jim's Mowing channel on YouTube, and they have a lot of great information on there which can answer a lot of questions before you even get too far into things. It was also really beneficial for me. I obviously did my trial day with another franchisee, but I actually worked with another franchisee for a couple of weeks before I started, and that gave me the ability to ask lots of questions and avoid a lot of the mistakes that I otherwise probably would have made in my first couple of weeks. So Jim's Mowing's been great for me over the last 12 months, and I would recommend it to anyone.